Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namah. Yathagnirdaika shakti Ramakrishne stita hiya sarva vidya swarupam tam sharadam Namashriyati Rajaya Vivekananda Surai Paya Swamini Tapaharine. Namaste to you all. We have been passing through eternal human and timeless wisdom. In that, we are in a subtopic of Eastern and Western differences. What is the difference between Eastern culture and Western culture? Cultural differences. In that we have passed through diverse way of growth and development. The Eastern and Western. Second, we saw the concept of reality, how it differs from the West and Eastern concept, understandings. And third one we saw was the concept of time. We have taken these three deeply and sufficient to give light because it's a vast, unimaginable dimension. Each one, reality, the absolute is taken into consideration. Only relative is taken by the West. And time, circular, unending, Srishti Sthiti Pralaya going on eternally, endlessly. The time is circular, it appears just like seasons again and again appear. We are just witnesses passing through. The time is going on, not linear but cyclic. Because none of us will be there when we sleep and we wake up in the morning. Same is continuing. Same seasons are coming, same day and night. But our bodily existence may be changing. Bodily existence also is changing according to a definite cycle. I have my own time, universe has its own time, and there is existence beyond time. So, like that, we are entering into a new chapter now, individualism and collectivism. Westerners follow individualism, and we in the Easterners, we follow collectivism. Now, just now, we heard a song, Kaya Prabhu ke Kamanaya. The bodily existence, I have been endowed with, bestowed with a bodily existence. It did not come for the Lord's work, the Lord of the universe. For His work it did not come. This is Eastern thoughts. When we say collectivism in East, it is not only group collection, family collection. Collectiveness is not limited to, of course, it is included. I give my preferences for my personal happiness than for my family. As a family, I give more importance for the group or the community than for my family or myself. And expanding it to the cosmic level, we include all beings, whole nature and divine, collectiveness, you see how it expands. And God also is included, the absolute. How that song, you see. My bodily existence did not come for the use of purpose of Lord's work. That means I am including God in the whole universe and one existence. In West, this concept has never come into picture. The individualism. It is going on, splitting. Last I alone. How that develops, you see. Clear differences between East and West, specific and clear, are there. They are rooted in historical, philosophical, societal factors. Now these shapes values, behaviors, our goals, our ideas and ideals of each culture is governed by these factors. Just what do I think, how do I? The individualistic societies, their outlook is the society, the culture and all. I, myself, I utilize, but I don't include. I give, but I don't include myself. I stand out of the whole thing and participate. And participating also, in participation also I am aloof. So Western culture is, their outlook itself is a different. The studies of cultural, why are we trying to understand these things are, we'll be able to appreciate each other's culture. Varieties of cultures are there. We can take whatever good in others is there to expand ourselves. What is spirituality? What is the aim of human existence? Is just to expand ourselves, find greater and greater expansion to the cosmic level. So as we become smaller and smaller, we suffer more and more. And we are left out in the world, uncared for. I am taking care of myself, my ego is protecting. But a day comes when I am not able to take care of myself because the bodily existence, psychic existence, and emotional existence are not in my control. In the beginning, when things are going on well, I may think, but Western people accept it. Old age, to be alone, to be not cared for. They are prepared for it. There is consequences. Yes, I am ready to undergo. But as long as I live, I must be independent. That kind of understanding is there. So we will be able to come to the global understanding by studying this. Individuality and collectivity. This is the fundamental difference in the two East and West. And Western are oriented towards or prioritizing the individualistic way of living, in that autonomy, individual achievements are given more importance. On the other hand, individual societies, that is not collective, Eastern, Western, they have more of importance to upward mobility. That is, I must be climbing, individual success. I have to be successful in this world and I must be climbing. And here the individuality comes into picture. As a group, I must expand, I must evolve, won't be there. I individually, I must grow, I must. This is one of the important factors with which they are governing. And the enjoyment part, aggrandizing, self-decision, personal freedom are established normals. For we all established normals means we simply follow and go. We don't question. Now, in India, we have certain norms. From childhood, you don't question. We just follow and go. So that is their Western way of culture. Personal freedom. And now, in contrast, Eastern, when we come, emphasize on collective well-being, interdependence, perfect harmony between living, external life, internal life. Internal harmony, external. Live together, sangachatvam, samvadatvam. All this, sahanavatu, sahanau bhunaktu. These are the main things that we see in our this. Then the value is be within the what flowing pravaham anugacchatu. What is the trend and flow? Mix with that and go. Be so flexible that you are able to flow with the current. Follow the rules, laws, social acceptance, whatever the conventions are there, and maintain social order. Eastern culture places greater importance on familial devotedness. Be devoted to your family, maintaining strong family ties. They value community over individual achievements. Community is more important than individual attainments. Individual attainments are there, the collective. Be together, grow together. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, when the creation came, the concept of yajna came into picture. Vedic creation came out of yajna. And that yajna is sacrifice. Any kind of sacrifice you do for others and for God and for nature is called yajna. Saha yajna praja srishtva purovacha prajapatihi. Anena prashasvisadvam. Live by sacrifice for each other and evolve to divinehood. So this is the Eastern concept. So when we see these family ties, they value community over the individual attainments. In the West, goals, achievements are important, and success is measured in terms of what the individual has attained or accomplished on his own. He is himself. He is tried to be himself and be his own. What he has achieved, that is seen. His measurement is what have you achieved in your life. So people are encouraged to be self-reliant and make their own choices. Self-expression and uniqueness is appreciated. People engaging in all activities are aloof. They encourage self-dependence and be themselves. Be yourself. Now, the direct communication is preferred. We in the East, we follow indirect. We hesitate to tell anything directly or openly. They prefer direct communication and they speak also clearly and openly. We hesitate. We feel others should not be hurt by our words or telling. They should not feel we are suppressing or we are dominating that kind of understanding. Not to hurt anybody by any means is the Western. The Western understanding is even if they get hurt, it doesn't matter. Our work must go on. We must achieve the goal of their plan of work and attainments, work and production. That is their most important part. And Eastern society aims at group harmony and loyalty. Be loyal. Seek group harmony. Needs of group becomes more important than individual desires and preferences. I may prefer to do a particular thing, but what does can teamwork come together? We will go. I will go. Follow me is not there. We will go. We'll go together. That understanding. Social responsibility, societal obligations, and common goals are crucial in Eastern culture. People are knitted together, rely on each other. There it is, reliance is on himself. Here, rely on each other, maintain social order, hierarchy, and given most important to respect elders and those who are in authority. Respect them, honor them. Whatever they say, accept. Freely converse. If you have any doubts, clear the doubts. But don't be disobedient. Don't be argumentative. Suggestions you can give. Ask for clearance of the thoughts and this one. But be obedient. Be humble. So that together walking is possible. If you are slightly egoistic, there is a split. A cleave forms, separating each other. This will be the problem of destruction. So here, indirect communication is made commonly what we see, talking softly and thoughtfully to avoid offense. And important is individual aspiration. These things, actually, all these things, why we are doing is this, to develop strong bonds. It binds us together through love, respect, and concern for each other. And there will be greater interconnectedness. Decisions are taken in the East by elders or collectively by family, seeking the family welfare and social welfare. Society must also, I must be well. There must be welfare in the society. These are taken, any decision taking this will be important factors they find. And then individual preferences are suppressed because for being together. This demonstrates the core of collectivism, that I am nobody, my group is everything. This is the core. So then, when we come to humanism, in the West, it is based on social order or social structure and theology. Judaism, Christianity, and all this, how they developed. On that, the humanism is brought into picture. In the East, especially in India, we see it is based on divinity of man. Humanism. Why should you help others? Why should you do philanthropic work? Somebody is suffering. Why do you rush? Swamiji says, each soul is potentially divine. See the divine and help. We are unconsciously, unknowingly, without reasoning, we follow, we feel. We may not feel God in everyone, but we feel the suffering of other man. And feel to the extent, it's as if it is happening to me if I am not bound to anything. It's very easy for us to. In the West, it is not so. It's exactly opposite. If any person can keep a revolver and move about, that thought never appears in our mind. Even for self-defense, we hesitate to kill someone. So humanism is based on the social structure and theology in the West. In the East, it is dependent on based on the divinity of man, plus man as integral part of the universe and nature. He cannot be separated. Man cannot separate himself from the nature and from the universe. He is integral part of it and amounts to unity. Man, all living beings, universe, divinity, all this together, one whole infinite existence. What a vast base you see. This is purely spiritual basis. There it is purely material basis. Here it is spiritual basis. Even with all westernization, still below as a substratum stands the spiritual basis in India. It is found the difference in Western, where the fundamental difference. This is spiritual basis and material basis. Western societies always encourage competition. What we say, Shraddham, Yuddham Tyajata, Spardham Tyajata. Give up competition, help each other. There it is, encourage competition, self-promotion. Go ahead, go ahead. While Eastern society encourage collaboration, consciousness, consensus also, and living together. Although these individualistic countries, so many almost all Western countries, they seem to be modern societies, modern and advanced countries, we say, modern countries. But there is great darker side which is not external glitter at the physical level. The inside there are darker, every individualistic country, the inequalities we find, excess of indulgence in enjoyments and their own extrovert life, self-centeredness behavior and selfishness, low degree of resilience. All this affect the mental status of man. Imbalanced mind, mental health slowly deteriorates. So many mental abnormalities we start feeling, seeing. Is very common in the West. Another significant setback is diverse rates, high diverse rates in the live together separate. Some problem comes separate. This can never be seen in the East, at least till now. Now modernization is taking away these ideals, yet the diverse is always moves with a stigma. He is, suppose some girl or woman or man has diverse means always there is a stigma on it. And any problem comes, consult each other, try to solve the problem. What is the problem? Elders will guide. No, do like this, do like this. And the diverse is never an option to solve the problems because it is nature clashing with nature. Wherever goes, we go with the same nature. So these are slowly eliminated. And Eastern problem, little what the wise people feel is the family conditions and societal conditions are such, they try to limit the development of individuals. They are in the track, like a train going, it cannot freely move about. So a little freedom to be given in the Western countries, retaining collectivity, and the freedom should not be exceeding limits to break the collectivity or family ties or anything. But for growth, a little freedom is given. Go ahead, my child. Be one, still go ahead. Pull others also with you. So if you go ahead, many will join you. So this is the main thing. They relax. And finally, when we come to what exactly man wants is to grow to his divinity. This concept is not brought in the Western countries. You are divine, awake the divinity within and be God on this earth. That concept has not come into the West. Live independently, enjoy, earn, spend, and finish your life. But here it is, the divinity of man. In everyone, there will be three natures: animalhood, humanhood, and divinehood. Destroy the animalhood, transcend the humanhood, manifest your divinity. This expands you to the cosmic level of being one with God, one with all beings, internally and externally and in reality. It's not a dream, it's a realization which you have to attain. Expansion to the cosmic level. Let the microcosm merge in the macrocosm, to be macrocosm at all times. That is the aim and concept. That is the purpose of human life according to our Eastern trends. Though the Western has not brought spirituality as basis, still there are so many things that are meritorious in them which we have to imbibe. And there are these important spiritual bases to be taken by the Westerners to get stabilized, and expansion leads to everlasting. You should not be affected by any situations of life. See, these are concerned with the bodily existence and material world. I am spirit. That spiritual awareness should come to be always in the eternal bliss, peace, love, absolute. That is what we call enlightenment. The enlightenment has come in the Eastern, and see the Buddhist. Buddha gets enlightenment. And can we not get that enlightenment? Where I am free from all bondages forever from this nature. I have attained the freedom, liberation from all laws and things of the nature. I am transcending enlightenment. This enlightenment, in West, there is concept of sin, original sin, to get rid of it, penance, all these things are there, to take refuge, to pray, to accept, all this. But enlightenment, where you are one with God, that concept has, and it has to be imbibed by them. So this is the whole regarding the individualism and collectivism, the vast differences between the East and West. Now, with this, we will end this chapter, will not enter into details. The main, how it emerges out is the man's human nature. Human there is a trait, human trait, to an inquisitiveness to know everything. I want to know, I want to know, I want to know. That seeking the knowledge, entering into the depths of things is always there. That has led man to ponder over the things around. What is virtue? What is vice? All this, emotional being, how it would be, all this, it has, what am I, how I behave, how the others are behaving, all this they try to grasp our minds. So this leads to, for our own development. Any type of development, whether it's physical or intellectual or moral or spiritual, has come only from this. Okay, for today. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.